everything,
I know.
every single player rating he's done, yeah, has somehow found a way.
Oh, what did he say that to at the beginning of this? What did he say that to?
I'm not even going to ask him Solskjaer's rating. I'm only going to ask you two. What's going on, people? Welcome to the player ratings after a disgusting, awful performance against Villa. You've all made your feelings quite clear on the fan cam, so let's talk about the ratings of each individual player. Saeed, I'm not going to ask you what Ollie's rating is. I'll wait to the
No one needs to know.
I'll wait to the end for that.
Do you want to start with him first?
Nah. David De Gea, sorry, excuse me.
David De Gea. Couldn't really do anything for that first goal. I thought that was an absolute brilliant goal for Grealish. Didn't really have any chances to save, really, did he? So you probably give him, standard 5 for me. You know what I mean? Didn't really have to do much in the game. I thought Aaron Maguire kept thingy well in the second half. So yeah, I thought 5, standard 5.
You not agree with that?
5.
Yeah. Easy.
5.
All right, cool. Aaron, Wan-Bissaka.
Your namesake today.
I thought it wasn't his greatest game today. He struggled a lot. Decision making wasn't the best. The passing was awful as well. To be honest, everyone's passing was awful today, but his passing wasn't that good. Didn't go forward as much. I think in the second half he went a bit more forward than in the first half. Defensively as well, it wasn't good. I'm going to say 5 as well.
Which for Bissaka is, it's obviously low.
It's exactly the similar performance to Sheffield United. Yeah. Similar performance. You know, the Spider-Man that we were all looking for, that's all gone, man. And I think that's coming from because of the rest of the defence is shambles. But 5. Yeah.
Again, man, rubbing off, you know what I mean? People's hesitations rubbing off again, you know what I mean? A certain situation where I thought Daniel James wasn't tracking back enough, to, you know what I mean? He's getting exposed again on his side. But again, what Nordy said, man, we're showing the frailties of Wan-Bissaka, and then we're expecting him to do the attacking bit, which he's not good at. You know it. He does that little dance again, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, again, not a good game, man. I'm struggling to give him a 5, you know, but I'm going to have to give him a 5, yeah.
There was one moment he had where he tried a little Cruyff turn, tried to buy a foul. Yeah, I was right in front of it. It wasn't a foul. And I think Grealish just went and he made the wrong decision, and they should have probably scored. Then another one where he tried to do a clearance. He hoofed it, and it just... Yeah, he didn't have his best day. Okay, next to him was Victor Lindelof.
You know, most of you know I don't really talk about Lindelof because I actually don't believe he's good enough. He's not good enough for Man United, and I said that for a very long time. Even when people were getting carried away and saying about Mr. Iceman and all that, I never bought into that, man. The guy, I remember when we played Huddersfield and I watched him in that game and he got bullied.
But that was like his first couple of games.
Yeah, but I understand that. But even then, bro, you have to have something about you to be able to read the bounce of the game. Regardless what it is, Huddersfield. This ain't, you're not playing against the best strikers. When a physicality comes, that guy hides. He's good on the ball at certain times. But today, his performance, him and Maguire, I couldn't choose between which was bad. And that's saying something. 4.
Okay.
It wasn't his best game today. I knew before the game, as soon as the lineup was confirmed and I saw Wesley, I said, he's going to have a hard time today with Wesley, and that's exactly what happened. Wesley bullied him and Maguire. So it was very poor today. I know he got the goal today, which is why I'm going to give him a 5. But if it wasn't for that goal, then, I probably wouldn't have given him a 4.
Actually, you didn't Did you give him a rating? Oh, you said 4, innit? Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. Because, you did get the goal as well. But
yeah, I'm going to go with a 5. You know me, I said Lindelof's not good enough. I feel like positionally he's not good enough. I feel like, there's certain things and elements of football, yes, you can play pass at the back and you can do all that stuff. But first of all, you're a defender. And for me, he's not good enough as a defender. But today, I thought, they managed well. Sometimes I thought he could have got the ball, quick enough, I thought on the right-hand side, he could have tracked back Wiles Pereira in that position where Jack Gilly was. I think sometimes Lindelof's going to be covering. He doesn't do that. He almost sometimes hides. I think there was a moment in the game when it was 50-50 and Lindelof just ran away from it and then told the midfielders, you go and get it. I'm going to go back to my position. So, 5. Still not good enough, but for now, So we got, man. No Bailly, you know what I mean? No Twans. I don't know why Twanzebe. Twanzebe's there. All gonna talk about, he talks about the youth here, but he doesn't play Twanzebe. You got to bed him in that.
He told me Axel was going to take the team talk. I hope, yeah.
Good, was it? It wasn't
That's what he said to me.
If you're gonna bed him now, do it now, Ollie. What are you waiting for? You haven't got long as a manager, and after today, he's probably not got long as well. So he's got to go. You know what I mean? He's got to play at Tottenham. I starting, mate. Twanzebe has to start.
Well, staying on you side, Maguire was next to him.
Maguire, man, I don't know about you guys, man. I thought, yeah, look at this guy looking at coming at me. First half, I get he was hesitant on the ball, but the other players are rubbing off him. This is not the Maguire you're going to see now. When he has a solid partner, yeah, you'll see the best of Maguire. But when you have Victor Lindelof, yeah, that is very, very weak on the ball, very, very weak in the air. He's almost covering his tracks. Second half, he dealt with the defend mid striker. He got in front of him like he does, the typical Harry Maguire. Got into the space, got in driving forward. But people need to stop judging him with Lindelof. When he has Bailly there or Twanzebe, you'll see the best of Harry Maguire.
All right, devil's advocate. Devil's advocate.
You love that to do that, don't you?
I do. I know you're saying don't judge him until he's got his partner. Van Dijk walked into Liverpool. And instantly made no. Listen. He had Joe Gomez next to him first. Yeah. Then he had Matip. Then he's even had Lovren for a little bit of part of him.
How old is Van Dijk? 27, 28?
Yeah, about the same as Maguire.
No, I think he's a few years younger than him. You know what I mean?
He's not 26.
They're not at the same level. Harry Maguire and Virgil van Dijk is elite level.
He should be. No, he's not. But we've bought him for 80 million.
Yeah, but that's the club's fault. You don't blame Maguire for that. Yeah. That's the club's fault. He should be a 50 to 60 million at best. 80 million, that's the price tag's wearing out. Every person will judge him because he's 80 million. Yeah. Let's not get it twisted. So I'm telling you now, don't judge Maguire until he's got a centre back in front of him. I'm giving him a 5 today. That's my personal opinion.
I do see, in terms of the Wesley situation, when we all play football or know football well, if you have a big striker like that, the objective is not to win the ball every time because you can't. They will outjump you. Sometimes they can just body you. What you do, keep them facing that way or make him lay off. You've done your job. And that's where I thought in the first half, we didn't do so well, but I did think Maguire did do a little bit better. I mean, he rugby tackled the brother to the floor in the first half. Don't know how it wasn't yet. Was it a yellow card? Yeah, it was, yeah. 5 for you.
3.
Okay. Why?
3. Shocking. First half, I'm sitting next to Aaron and I'm like, no, I'm not having no agenda. I only see it as I call it. I said it. This guy was telling me Beckenbauer and all this, you know, before we bought him, talking about he's like Beckenbauer, he's like this and that. Listen, listen. He comes on with all of this, right? Yeah.
He went. We've got the English Beckenbauer, mate.
Yeah. Listen, all of that's gone. For me, 3 today because one of the things what he was good at, and one of the reasons why we bought him is his passing, and he's able to build a play from the back. The amount of suicide passes he was giving in that first half to the likes of Wan-Bissaka, to Lindelof, to Williams was just shocking. He was unsettling, he was panicked, and even seeing that tackle, that's the first 5 minutes. Yeah. All he had to do is shepherd the guy out. He wasn't going nowhere. He's near the touchline. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to go anywhere. Just get the throw in and that's it, move back. But he grabs him up, throws him to the ground, and he gets a yellow card, puts pressure on himself. We never recovered from the way he started the game. And obviously Lindelof ain't any good either. So I agree with Said in terms of like, maybe we might see the best of him with a more resolute, very good defender who's quick, who can cover him. But against Sheffield United, that last goal is him, mate. He doesn't go out to the ball. He goes halfway. He either presses on, he dilly-dallies, whether to go and press the ball or to stay back and block the shot. Okay. And today, shocking.
3, do you agree with that, or do you go size 5?
I'll give him a 4. It wasn't his best game either today. The amount of times where he cleared the ball, but it wasn't good. He put everyone around him in danger. The foul he made at the start of the game. That's like Nurdin says, man. You don't do those kind of fouls at the start of the game because for the rest of the game now, we're stressing because every foul that you make, you could get a second yellow, you get a red, and it's even more difficult. So today it was not the clearances. There was times where he wanted to clear it, but there was times where he cleared it, but he should have just chested it. He had all the time in the world, but he's he's agitated, so he just clears it, and then we lose possession, and we have to start again and start pressing again and try to get the ball back. So it wasn't his best game. The decisions today, that's the key word today. The decisions of Harry Maguire today were shocking. So 4.
3, 4, and a 5 there. Quite a big span. Let us know what you guys are thinking at home. Left back Brandon Williams.
Obviously, young guy. when you know Maguire and Lindelof are making mistakes all over the show, of course he's going to be under pressure.
He had a tough first
He
half,
had
didn't
a tough first half. He was struggling. He was making rash decisions. He was fouling. He was trying to not clear the ball, and his passing was off key as well. But I thought in the second half, and you have to give credit, he's 18 years old. He come out, he improved a lot. And we were absolutely shocked when Ollie's taking him out. So the fact that, to me, I'm waiting to hear the reports. Was he injured? Is that why he got taken off? Or did Ollie just go take him off because he wasn't having it? But in the second half, he was the guy. He was the guy that was up there, keeping the pressure on, overlapping. You know what I mean? Taking the defender so that Rashford can get a bit more room. And Martial was coming to his side as well. So I was shocked when he got substituted. But the first half was shaky. But everybody else is shaky.
What would you give him?
I give him for that second half before. I give him a 5.
Yeah, 5 for me, solid. I don't know what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done, but for me, he wasn't injured because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a coward, mate. He told Brandon Williams, stay on that line, yeah? So when it's a substitution, come off quickly. There was no signs of that. Brandon Williams looking up to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saying, do you want me off? Do you want me in? I mean, I'm ready, da, da, da. And then Shaw came on, and Shaw had an absolute stinker of a game. Gave away a yellow card, where maybe in hindsight, it looked good because it was a tactical foul. But Brandon Williams, I thought on that left-hand side, especially second half, it was up and down that left-hand side. It gave us an outlet. After when he came on, we'd have no outlet. You know what I mean? So for me, yes, first half, he was a bit shaky. But still, though, it was the one that's trying on the left-hand side. There was a bit, the best things came on the left-hand side for me when they were interlinked with the Rashford. And then we had a few chances where Mata came in and drifted in. So, you know what I mean? All in all, I give him a solid 5 for me. He's our left-back for the future.
It just sums up our performance already. We're into defenders and they're all 4s and 5s. Yeah. No one's playing more than that. Do you agree with what they're saying?
Yeah, I'll give him a 5 as well. I was gutted for him when he went off because I thought he had a very good game, especially in the first half. But yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made a huge mistake by taking him off. And that, to me, tells me that against Spurs, Luke Shaw's going to start.
Yeah, you'd think so. Right, into midfield. Pereira.
Like I said, I put the tweets out against Sheffield United. He can't do it at this level. Again, absolutely abysmal. The only thing he did was set up that goal for Rashford. Everything else today, losing the ball in the most dangerous places. When you're playing centre midfield, one thing you do is take care of that ball. The missed passes, balls going out of play, the balls that are going too hard. There's one where he absolutely blasted the ball into Martial. Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And Martial's like, to feet. Yeah. Martial goes, give it to me here, to feet. So one thing he can do, you know, in a 10, like behind when he plays in a 3 as a 10, he looks a bit better because he's not making the mistakes in the midfield where he can lose the ball and we can get damaged. But he's losing the ball up the pitch and the team's got still to recover. So for me, when McTominay protection is taken away, he was absolutely...
That's 2 games on the bounce. And Solskjaer took him off against Sheffield United for a reason, and he persisted with the same 2. Again, what are you giving him?
I'm going to be harsh today, 3.
I'll give him a 3 as well. And on Solskjaer, I just read on Twitter, they asked him about Andreas Pereira, and he said, Andreas Pereira keeps improving, so just tells you what kind of manager we have.
He's not going to throw him under the bus, though.
But still, if your player doesn't play well, at least say something like, he didn't have his best game today, but I believe that in the future, blah, 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 blah. But don't say that he keeps improving when clearly today he had a shocker. Don't say that.
He plays him in that, though, because that's what he's protecting himself, because he plays him in that as a 2 in the midfield. And he shouldn't never play that him as a 2 in the midfield, man. Honestly.
2 3s over here.
Yeah, 3, mate. Not a centre midfielder, but you know what? Sometimes I'm getting to the point where I don't blame him, mate. He's played for Man United. You know what I mean? This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He should not play at this football club, Pereira. But you know what? Man United have allowed this to happen. So he gets a 3 from me.
Fred,
do you know what? He tried, mate. And that's all I can do with Fred now. He's trying. But again and again. I want to see more. And the quality is not there. This is not Man United quality. We need a commanding centre midfielder that can do both. I don't want you just passing sideways. I want you penetrating. I want you trying to find the ball. But then again, where's he playing? He's playing almost near the halfway line, and he's thinking, move forward. But what can we do with Ollie? He's dead tactician today. I'm gonna give him a 4, man. He tried today, but 4, man.
Yeah, that's unfair. So this is the thing I don't understand about you, Said. So 1 minute you're telling me Lindelof is the cause of Maguire's form. So Fred is playing next to dead player like Andreas, like Andreas. He's playing next to Andreas though. You play as a 2. Well, when you play as a 2, you see how when Fred plays with McTominay is more the physical, and he's doing more of the pickup, recycling possession.
Fred's suffering as a result.
Yeah, massively. You can see that massively. But still today, out on that pitch, he looked like one of Man United. I mean, they were all abysmal, but he looked like he was trying, and at the amount of times I was pointing to Aaron, saying to Aaron, you know what, look, he's there, try to cover at least, help Brandon Williams on his side, try to recycle the ball, get in the ball, and he was trying to do things. So to me, today he gets I would even give him a 6 today, me personally. I know some people might think, oh, that's a bit too high, but he was one of the bright moments in the team that was abysmal today, and that is a fact. Because if you're telling me Maguire is playing that horrendous because of Lindelof, what would any of us? What would? Yeah, but you still have to have a partnership in midfield. Do you not know that? Have you ever when you listen? No, it's not individual. So Maguire's individually was horrendous. Fred today was the only bright spot in the whole of the team, because you can tell he's struggling at times. His midfield partners making absolute horrendous mistakes and losing the ball in most abysmal positions, and he was there to recycle the ball. And on today, actually, he had a couple of shots, and he was trying.
Okay, a 5 and a 6 here.
I'll give him a 5 as well. I'll give him a 5. When you look at Fred, the thing that he likes to do the most when he gets the ball is play forward. That's his first decision. And today, the only focal point he had in front of him was Martial, and because everyone around him was so poor, that affected him as well. So yeah.
Boy, you lot going at it today, innit?
No, messing about.
That's why we're here to 10 o'clock, man. To do
Matter.
this, mate.
We're not happy with mediocre.
Matter's gone. You know what? I love Matter. I know him personally. You know what I mean? I know him. We know each other. But you know what? But he's. I think, you know what? I think mainly because he doesn't play. I mean, he didn't even play. I was shocked that he didn't play against Astana. Do you know what I mean? He's not even playing in the Europa League games. I just think he's not match fit. And like there was a moment today where it could have been a penalty. I mean, the referee was shocking as well. We'll come to that in a minute. But anyway, where I thought he got fouled, but the all matter would have been like there's 2 occasions. One in the edge of the D, there was a shot on his left foot, central, and then he backheeled it. He backheeled it, and there's another one where he was in the box, and then he waited for the challenge, other than just placing it on his right foot. You know, he's got those little deft touches, and he did his best. He made us a bit more, he was more creative up the pitch because he was moving from left to right in the centre. But it's not the Matter that we know, bro. He's not that. And I think maybe it's down to match fitness, or maybe he's just done out here in this team. He can't do anything. So I give him a 5.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. Bloody hell, Nuruddin, man. I don't know what Nuruddin's smoking, man. I can't give him more than a 3, man. I thought, again and again, is getting hung to dry. He played in the hole. Matter only plays in the hole. We know how many years has he been playing on the right. It's not been effective. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should have seen this. Should have seen, you know what? I'm going to play him in the hole. I'm going to stick in there. What does he do halfway through the first half? Go play on the right. No play plan, no tactics after that. It went to 4-4-2, and then everyone was all over each other. Everyone's on their tiptoes. For me, I love him as a player, but do you know what, mate? Sometimes you just got to say to yourself, that's it for me. And the journey has to stop this summer. We've got to offload Matter, offload these dead players. Not dead, but, you know, we need to have a new cycle of players. So for me today, 3.
3 and 5.
I'll give him a 4. It's just below average. We should have let him go back to Spain, man, in the summer. We shouldn't have given him a new contract, because his legs are just gone. He can't keep up with the tempo, can't keep up with the pace. He's just not got it anymore. And I feel sorry for him at some points, but yeah, it's just below average, man. 4.
Oof. You lot are going at it today. Let us know what you think about the Matt situation. Again, a 3, 4 and a 5 I think we got here.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, into the front 3. Martial.
I hope he's not injured. I really hope. But at the same time, it looked like he was pissed off when he got substituted. Today, again, the simple things that he does as a number 9, coming deep, asking for the ball, turning, holding it up. Like, he just is so important for us, man. And today, he was one of our better players. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I say the same again. And at times in the game, he was like, you know what, I'm not getting the ball. They're not passing the ball to me. Nobody's setting me up. I'm going to do it all by myself. Yeah. So there was times in the game he was like, just give me that ball. I'm going to go and dribble, man, and then take a shot. A couple of shots got blocked. One went through, and you know what? He made a save. He didn't even know whether it hit him on his shoulder, I think, went up. Apparently, there was a chance that he missed, but it was harder to miss the one that he put over the net. You know what I mean? It was a scramble in the area. We didn't see it, but apparently it was an absolute horrendous miss. But
from where I looked like he tried to scoop
yeah. And he scooped it too high, but you know what? He was injured, and that's why he went down the tunnel. He's pissed off mainly because he was injured. Because you can see, I seen him talking to the bench, and then the physio followed him. He went right down the tunnel, and the physio.
With a game in literally 2 days' time, it's difficult.
Yeah, man. What did you give him? 6. I've got to give him a 5. I think Mings I thought, you know what, he did well against him in the first half. I thought, you know, he got tight to him, you know what I mean? And Martial's that kind of player where you need people to link with you. As soon as Mata went onto the right-hand side, there was nowhere. There was Martial, again, like I already said, he had to find the ball, he had to do what he got to do. You know what I mean? It's not, we're not working towards Martial's strength, and this is going to happen and keep happening if we have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's no clear plan. We need to fix this team around Martial.
So every single player, every single player rating he's done, yeah, has somehow found a way.
Oh, what did he say that to him at the beginning of this? What did he say that to
I'm not even going to ask him Solskjaer's rating. I'm only going to ask you two.
Yeah, 5, man.
5. Marcus Rashford.
You know what? He wasn't interested. He wasn't interested in the game today. Again, sulking. You know. I love Rashford, but a 4 today for me. A 4 because
Got another goal?
Yeah, he got another goal, but that's all he did in the game, bro. That's all he did in the game. It was that moment. It's like him and Pereira. That's all they did. They were involved in that goal. I didn't see them. He was sulking. He wasn't even pressing as much. At times, you know what? The bench was telling him to go inside and sometimes try to get him to swap with Martial so he can get involved in the game. Yeah, today he wasn't. It's like, no, I don't know. These guys had a week's rest, a week to plan for this game, and they all look so lethargic. I think that they're watching his channel, man, and they want to throw the manager under the bus. Seriously, I'm telling you, they're buying into this Ole out business because lethargic was not the word. He wasn't interested there today.
So what's that?
A 4.
Same, 4. Again, I can only agree with what you said. Not interested.
I have to give him a 5 because of the goal as well. But you have to realise though, that this, but it wasn't a goal, but it was on target though, so it should be his goal really, technically.
Well, on target, hit the post.
Yeah,
But hit the post and hit the keeper.
You got the keeper though. Keeper still is.
Mate, if you have a shot and it hits the post on FIFA, you don't get a shot on target.
No, I'm not having that, but forget that nonsense. But you got to remember, there was a couple of times, if you're on the east stand, you can see it in the first half. There was a couple of times he made some darting runs and no one found him. Yet again, the midfield again passing it.
He was wasteful a couple of times though, because he got in down the left hand side in the first sort of 10, 15 minutes. There's one he done one of them schoolboy kicks where he kick it with the wrong foot and he'd fall over.
Second half as well, there was a moment he ran into the channel and no one gave it and he punched himself in the air because he was frustrated. That's the problem.
So he was trying.
Yeah, he was not playing into it, and the system for me is wrong for him. So for me, 5, man.
5, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Dan James.
Dan James frustrating again, but then again he kept whizzing the ball in, and who's there? No one was there. I thought that's what you're gonna get with James. You're gonna have tirelessly working at defenders.
And he gets moments where he's not in the game for a while. You don't see it, but then as soon as he picks it up, he's just so direct.
I think he's one of our better performing players. Him and Martial, for me, the only shining light in this kind of squad. So I'm gonna give him a 5. I thought he tried and tried. That's what I like with Daniel James. He never gives up, and that's what you want with Man United.
Okay. You know what? Villa came with a game plan to stop him today, and to be fair, it worked. Majority of the time, it worked. So every time where United were on the attack, and the ball was like it was going to go towards him, the left back will drop, the midfielder will come across, and they double up on him, and back to goal. He wasn't receiving the ball. He wasn't even getting those fouls that he usually gets. He put a couple of good balls. I do agree with Saeed. He put a couple of good balls up, but man like Rashford and Lingard, especially in the second half, were just on their toes. They're just on their heels, man.
I'm just looking at the stats there. Sorry, just quickly. Points dropped from winning positions. Aston Villa 13 points. Manchester United 12. To finish off, yes. Do you agree with what these two are saying, Dan James?
I'll give him a 5 as well. But again, apart from pace, what do you have when teams break down your strongest asset? So.
Yeah, they came with a game plan for him today.
Exactly.
The subs were on not very long. Lingard.
Man ran around doing nothing. Lingard. Man just run around. Man just got his fitness levels up. That's all he got. Dead, man. 5, all of them, man.
Josh on his new Fitbit.
Yeah, I can't say anything about that.
5. Mason Greenwood only on for 7 minutes, and the other sub was Luke Shaw.
You know what, I would say that, you know what, actually, there was a time when they were going to break on us from a corner, and Luke Shaw did what I've been screaming out for Man United players to do. He did a technical foul. He wiped Grealish out. He wiped him out, and I was like, yeah, thank God somebody
did he get 8 for that?
No, you get. You know what, to be fair, you're looking at him and think he's been back on the burgers, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, he looked like
Adam told me the same thing. He was like,
yeah, they do that. I don't know as well. And that brings us on to Solskjaer. What rating do you give him? You wait there.
I'll give Solskjaer a 4. For a couple of reasons. The substitution, Brandon Williams' substitution. Again, all this talk about youth. Axel Tuanzebe's on the bench. Greenwood gets 8 minutes again. Taking off the wrong people. And the tactics again, wrong.
Yeah, you know what? I try to defend him as much as I can against all of the Oleatos. But today, yeah, I did. When he took Williams off on the left-hand side, that game was dead. And you know what? He talks about taking risk, and sometimes I think, Ollie, you know what? You talk this amazing game, but you have to back it up. And like I said, we're all screaming out for Tuanzebe to play. Obviously, he played in Europe, but you know what? You can see we're struggling in midfield. At least bring him on and maybe take one of the guys off and then push Fred a bit more up the pitch. He didn't do anything. He wasn't reacting to anything that was going on today. And he took Williams off. And if Williams not injured, that's shocking. Yeah. That is absolutely shocking. But then the guy's injured again. And then he's basically throwing himself under the bus saying, oh, in the summer we could have got the players, but I didn't want them. Yeah. He's covering for Woodward. And the biggest muppet is Woodward. But he's covering up with him. And it's harder for me to come on this on the United stand and try to defend him all of the time. Yeah.
Okay. What rating did you give him?
A 4.
It's a 1 for me, man. I'm done with Ollie, man. If he's not a 1, mate. If he's not packing his bags tonight to Norway,
he's not gonna be.
He is, man. He's got to. I'll come personally to his place. When is it? I'll come personally to Halo.
Still gonna be the manager on Wednesday.
The club have to act now. I said it on the fan cam. They have to act now. Get rid of this guy now and get Pochettino in. He's out of his depth and he's got to go. Bring in Brandon Williams off and bring in Shaw in as a kind of outlet on the left-hand side when we're doing so well. Bring in Mason Greenwood on, last 5 minutes. No rhythm, nothing to come into. For me, that's sackable offence itself. He's got to go, and we're going to leave it on that. He's got to go tonight.
Okay. Guys, controversial player ratings, as per usual. It's always difficult when you have crap performances like that, really, because it's hard to find the shining light amongst the team. I like to try and think we do that to the best of our capabilities, but a big range of opinions, but that is what it's all about. We go again Wednesday, and Jose's coming back, and I'll tell you what, mate, them players shouldn't need any motivation for that. No. Jose's thrown on the bus plenty of times, and they know what he's all about. Having said that, Jose knows all about their weaknesses or whatever, so it's going to make for a very, very interesting game.
If Martial's injured, we're getting slapped.
Yep.
Okay, right, guys, let us know your views and your comments in the boxes below. Peace. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.